So welcome, mask up and enjoy.
This piece was taken from the book Chicken Soup for the Soul. It has been slightly shortened as we think you'll get the gist. And then we will give you our responses as our honouring to you, and you'll see that even though we may need a bit of hucking, we love you so much.
Take your plate down to the kitchen, please.
Take it downstairs when you go. Don't leave it there. Take it upstairs.
I'm talking to you. Did you brush your teeth?
What are you doing out of bed?
What do you mean there's nothing to do? Go outside.
Read a book.
Turn it down. Get off the phone.
Take a jacket.
Take one anyway. Hurry up. Hurry up. Everyone's waiting. I'll count to 10 and then we're going without you.
Did you go to the bathroom?
Why didn't you go before you left?
Stop it. I said stop it. Stop or I'm taking you home right now.
That's it. We're going home. Make your bed. Clean your room. Please look at the table. Don't tell me it's not your bed.
Move your glass. It's too close to the edge. Watch it.
More, please. That's better.
Eat the old fruit before you eat the new fruit.
Is your homework done? Stop yelling. If you want to ask me something, come here.
Stop yelling if you want to ask for something. Come here.
honour my mum and say something I love about her. Mum, you are kind and always have my back. I can count on you all the time. You are a great mum and take care of 3 beautiful girls, Zahara, Maya, Ariella and Daisy, Arnold, and your big kid, Dad. I love watching The Celebrity Apprentice on the couch with you. And most of all, I love you so much and so excited to continue my journey with you.
Today I'd like to honour my mother by saying some things that I love about her most. Mum, you are such a kind, warm and caring person. You always know what to do, and you're probably like that because you're a doctor. You always push me to put a lot of effort into whatever I do, especially schoolwork. I loved reading outside with you until I found a giant spider on the couch we normally sit on, and now I'll never sit on that thing again. I love how much love you put into your cooking. No wonder it tastes so good. I love you more than life itself, and I'll never stop.
My mum, what's so special about you? I will tell you what. You are the kindest soul on earth. Just being around you can make me instantly happier. You are a real-life superwoman. You cook amazing meals, you clean our house, and you put up with Dad, Buddy, and myself on a daily basis. It comforts me to know I'm still the favourite child, though, mainly because he's a dog. You are just a genuinely amazing person, and I strive to be like you in the future, so I want to thank you. Thank you for being my mum.
I'd like to honour my mom today, Jenna Nicole Bronstein, the most wonderful person I know. You're like an instant blanket of comfort. Just speaking to you makes me feel warm and loved inside. Mommy, you can make anyone smile in almost any situation by just giving them a hug or cooking some of your astonishing mushroom gnocchi. Everything about you screams joy and happiness. Even if people have never met you, the second they see you, they'll know you're a friend, a good one. I think you're the only person on the planet who listens to me go on and on about miraculous. At this point, you could probably rewrite the entire show with the same plot. So to my mom, Mama, I love you.
I would love to honour my beautiful mother. Mum, thank you for everything, for being there when I need you and helping me with anything and everything. Your cooking, how does it just taste so good? I cherish all the fun we have together, whether it's singing in the car, chatting on the couch, or even watching TV together. You always let me play Billie Eilish in the car and tell you literally everything about her, and even occasionally let me get her merch. No one else has ever let me do that. Every day you have to put up with me, my sisters, and Dad. I don't know how you do it. I love you, Mum.
I would like to honour my gorgeous mother today. Where would I be without you? You're so smart, creative, and you never fail to make me laugh. You're so special to me. You've helped me through everything, and you're always there for me, family and friends. You always put a smile on my face, and I would never want to spend our memories with anyone else. Thank you so much. There would never be enough words to describe how thankful I am and how much I love you. Thank you.
For months, we have met every Sunday morning to learn about women in the Jewish community and to have extraordinary women share their stories with us. In doing so, this year stands out from all other years. Today we will be sharing more about our Batmitzvah journey with you. For our Batmitzvah ceremony, we have decided to bestow 12 honourings, some to each individual woman and others to a collective group. Each honouring is represented by 12 different candles to signify that every person is unique. The people we are honouring have had an impact on us in some way, and learning about them has strengthened our connections with them. Our natural instinct was for each of us to honour our mums, but we decided to dig deeper and look further afield, but not much further, as you will soon discover. The women I am honouring today are my grandmothers, my Bubba Lottie Fillman and my Nana Laura Rubenfeld. My Bubba reminds me of a firework. She is quiet until ignited, and then she goes off and can't be stopped. You may have heard rumours that Bubba is banned from coming to my basketball games, not because of COVID, but because of her loud yelling and cheering, which may have disturbed the other spectators. I personally love it and play my best when she is there. I always tell her she should open a restaurant or go on MasterChef because of how good her cooking and baking skills are. She's an extraordinary piano player, and at any chance she gets, she'll play me a concert of Hebrew and Yiddish songs. She always speaks to me in Yiddish, although I usually have no idea what she's saying. I love my Bubba. I love how she is always there to take me home from school, cook me dinner, and take me to basketball training. My Bubba inspires me to always strive for the best. It inspires me to always learn more and think deeper and to find humour in even the darkest times. I will now light 2 candles, one in honour of our mums and the second in honor of my grandmothers. I chose this candle for my grandmothers because it is unique and beautiful just like they are. It has a delicious scent which reminds me of hugging and kissing them. The individual rose on the candle remind me of members of my family that are held together in a strong bond by my Nana and Baba, who make it a priority to keep us all together. Shabbat is a day of rest for us. It is the day Hashem took a break from creating this wonderful land. We got to celebrate a small piece of Shabbat by making challah with our dads. It was a fun experience for us girls and also our fathers. Not only did we learn quite a bit about Shabbat, like traditions and foods, but we also learned a couple of tricks for making challah. Maybe the dads will step up and make Shabbat lunch for us sometimes. Actually, I can't lie to you, mom's cooking is always better. In this session with our dads, we reiterated the importance of family quality time, which thankfully as Jewish people Shabbat offers us. Since I was little, I've actually grown up going to this shul in Shule in Texas, till the pandemic, of course. Nowadays, Shabbats are pretty basic, but that's okay. With all the naps and boring talks about basketball scores, it usually leads to long walks, books, and playing blah, 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 and getting through the challah before it goes stale. I'm not looking forward to having guests. I am looking forward to having guests and helping set the table soon. Today, I'd like to honor my two amazing women in my life. My grandmothers, Gerda and Deborah Mueller. My Baba, Gerda, is one amazing person. She's been through a lot in her life and is such a strong person, especially strong in her soul. She always calls me to check up on school and how I am. She's always willing to listen to whatever I feel like blabbering about that day. Whether it's the TV show Miraculous or how much I despise fish, she'll always listen. I love being around her and listening to stories about my dad and uncle when they were little, like the one about when he skipped all of his science classes in the 8th grade. And the best excuse he could cough up was, the teacher didn't like me, so I didn't like her. That one really got a crack out of me because he still got an A. My Zeta, Lucian, who passed away a while ago, was also an amazing person. My Boo loves to talk about him and tell us stories. I never got to meet him, but he sounds like an amazing person, and I'm happy to have his name. My other grandmother in Texas, her name is Deborah Mueller, but I call her Annie. She's a very special person who I need and love in my life. Going to her house brings me joy. Eating the organic gummy bears from Trader Joe's while watching a movie together and spending time with my cousins is the most fun ever. I love our shopping trips to Nordstrom's and having lunch together, and going to visit my great aunts and uncles with her. We love to play games, and she has taught me many great things, like making pumpkin pies and setting the Thanksgiving table. Everything she does is a smart decision. I love and miss her so much, and I can hardly wait till we get to go back and visit her. Today I will light 2 candles, one scented like grandma, a rosy kind of smell, because to be real, we all know that smell, we all save that smell, we all love our smell. I'm lighting the candle for Deborah Mueller and Gerda Bronstein, my 2 amazing grandmothers, and the other in honor of our dads and grandfathers who play such an important role in our lives. I love you, Boobas, Zeta, Annie, Pops, and most importantly, Dada.
שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם. יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם. סלאם שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם. יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם. סלאם שלום עלינו, יבוא שלום עלינו, יבוא שלום עלינו. עוד יבוא שלום, עוד יבוא שלום, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם. סלאם עלינו ועל כל העולם. סלאם, סלאם, סלאם עלינו ועל כל העולם. סלאם, סלאם. יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם. Thanks, all of you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Noah Hammersfeld. Today I'm going to be speaking about charity and how important it is. A few weeks ago, we had a session with Magen David Adom. They explained to us what they do, and I admire how dedicated they are to helping Israelis, and particularly the Israeli soldiers. I would like to honour this service called Magen David Adom, which is a life-saving organisation that started in Israel but is now worldwide. We are still young, and therefore we don't have money of our own to give to charity, but there is so much we can do, especially if it is done with integrity. Even an act as simple as donating clothes can be done with integrity by folding the clothes nicely before putting them in a bag. I would also like to honour two very important women in my life who have shown me the meaning of being generous with integrity in just about everything they do. My grandmothers, Naira Ben Simon and Noah Hammersfeld. Naira, who was always there for me. She puts a smile on my face. You're so special to me. I love all the funny memories we share, and I will never forget them. You're the best cook in the kitchen and the champion of marble solitaire. Thank you for everything, and I love you so much. Melma, who could light up any room with her kindness, humour, and impeccable style. You're so funny, and you've been through so much, but still managed to have a beautiful smile on your face, and somehow it spreads to everyone. I love coming over for Shabbat dinner because it brings so much joy. You're both so inspirational, and I look up to the both of you. Thank you for listening. I'm so happy to be celebrating my Batmitzvah lessons with the Caulfield Shule program. You've all grown to be a part of my life, and I'm so happy to be a part of yours. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Zaharsh. I am honouring 6 girls who could not have a bat mitzvah because they perished in the Holocaust. We received a bracelet from an organisation called Gen to Gen with a girl's name on it who perished in the war. These girls never had the chance to celebrate their bat mitzvah like we are so lucky to be doing today. We are all wearing our bracelets today. The girls' names were Torba Bronstein, Judith Deutsch, Hanan Arisberg, Nora Berg, Edith Osputz, and Hannah Dorfman. By including their name in our ceremony, today we are keeping their memory alive. Gen to Gen aims to remember the past and teach future generations the importance of awareness, tolerance, and prevention. We learned the importance of standing up for what we believe in, even in a small way, as long as we are safe. We would also like to thank Zoe's grandmother, Regina Lipschutz, for telling us her amazing story of survival. Regina was a child survivor who was saved by non-Jews on a farm in the outskirts of Paris. She was 7 years old when she came to Australia by boat. She's never had a bat mitzvah. Today I'm going to honour my grandmothers and my great-grandmothers. My great-grandmother, Miriam Shah, who is here today, never had a bat mitzvah either, as she lived in Europe during the war. You bring love and enjoyment to all of us, not only as a special Uba, but also for your yummy traditional food. I love it when you make your yummy latkes for me and my sisters. My other great-grandmother, Nat Sackville, Nana, you are generous, kind and loving. You always love taking me out and looking after us. You are my connection to Moshi. My other great-grandmother, Minnie Smolkin, Nana Minnie, you always want to see me, and when I see you, it makes me so happy. I loved having Shabbat dinners at your place, where we got to see the whole family. I will always remember those special times spent together. Diana Sharp, Moshi, who is no longer with us. I have so many happy memories with her. She was a beautiful Moshi to me and made me happy whenever I went to her place. I miss her and love her. Finally, I want to honor my grandmother, Annette Smolkin, Nana. She is funny, kind and generous, and I love going to her house where she spoils me with food, the bad kind. I enjoy sleeping at her house and playing games with her. I am so very fortunate to be able to honor so many women in my life, and extremely lucky to be able to have 5 great-grandparents at my Batmitzvah. I love you all very much. I will now light 2 candles, one for all the girls who missed out on a Batmitzvah, and one for my beautiful grandmothers and great-grandmothers.
What a treat this is to see the girls celebrating to be here together with you in Shule and to see this wonderful light that they are bringing not only into our Shule but into our lives today and into your lives always. I want to also acknowledge this will be the last Batmitzvah ceremony I'll be performing at Caulfield Shule, and over the years I have worked together with Nay for I think this may be the 7th or 8th time that she has conducted and has educated the girls and led them towards the beautiful Batmitzvah ceremony. Nay brings such a wonderful spirit of her heart and her soul into everything that she does and in her capacity to connect to the girls. So Nay, I really want to just acknowledge and thank you for all those wonderful Batmitzvah ceremonies, including today's very special one that you have participated in and led. Thank you, Nay. It's also been one of my priorities while at Caulfield Shule to ensure that the place of women is recognised as much as it can be within Orthodoxy. We've got a long way to go still in Orthodoxy, certainly modern Orthodoxy, centrist, open Orthodoxy, whatever you call it, which is the more open brand, I would say, of Orthodoxy today. But we are making progress, and only recently, as you may see in your program, there was a rabbanit, a woman who studied exactly everything that her male counterparts did, and she is now leading a congregation in Efrat, in Israel, with the support of Rabbi Riskin and of the entire Orthodox Jewish community in Efrat. I think that's the first across the world, and it is an indication to you girls just of what you are capable of. There are different role models you can have, and if you follow yesterday's parasha, it speaks about the 3 great models that there were of Jewish leadership. There's Moshe and Aaron, 2 guys, but there was also one very special woman who was part of the leadership generation and has therefore had an impact on Judaism ever since then, and that was Miriam. There was Moshe, Aaron, and Miriam, and each of them contributed in a different kind of way. Moshe was the great teacher of Judaism, Moshe Rabbeinu, and his teachings, his principles, his values continue today, continue to thrill the world today, and to continue to challenge the world today. Judaism has got a lot to give to the world today, despite the rise in anti-Semitism, we know we've still got an important message that we can share with the world, as long as we keep to our message as well. And then there was Aaron. Aaron was known for his love of people. Unlike Moshe, but sometimes could be quite strict and severe. Aaron was always somebody who sought to make peace between people, to bring peace, to be a conciliator, to bring love and compassion between people. And then there was Miriam. And what was Miriam's role? Well, if you saw yesterday, it speaks about Miriam. It talks about her death, and straight after she died, it said there was no water. The people said, we need water. And they suggest, so the rabbis, all the time while Miriam was alive, there was always water for the Jewish people. And why is that? Maybe she was like some kind of, today we know that if you go into the outback and you're with an Aboriginal tracker, they can find water where nobody else can. And maybe Miriam had that incredible, intuitive, spiritual advantage, and that is why she always knew where the water was. There was always water for people. But I think it wasn't just about water to drink. We need water to survive. We need water in order to be alive. Miriam provided that for people. Remember, she was the one who saved Moshe's life when she stood by him on the River Nile when he was a little baby. She taught everyone. She said, afterwards everyone used to sing a song called Stand By Me, because Miriam introduced it. She stood by Moshe. She gave life to Moshe. She gave life to the Jewish people. And she gave life, not just physical life, but she gave a spiritual life to the Jewish people. And that is why we honor Miriam till today. She was about a reminder to Jews that Jewish leadership is not just about the men, but it's about the women. We today may be far more aware of the role of women in the Me Too movement, but I think Judaism, at times, it didn't always treat women as they should be treated, admittedly, but I think it was there from the very beginning. There's a recognition of the role and the leadership of women. And you today, you are the future. You too can take not only leadership positions in society, which I'm sure you will, but take them in Jewish life as well. Because what you've shown us today, you're an incredible bunch of young women, and clearly come from generations of incredible women as well. And the men did their part too. We don't want to leave us out. But what I want to end with by saying to you, there's a really interesting thing. Miriam's name in Hebrew comes from the word mar. I don't know if you know what mar means. Do you know? Mar? Yeah, it means bitter, exactly. And you think, wow, why is Miriam, our sweet Miriam, why is she called bitter? It said because she was born at a really bitter time in Jewish history. It was a bad time. It was a time of slavery. It was a time of oppression. And it said that Miriam was the one who encouraged her parents and encouraged the Jewish people to say, yes, the world's in a tough, difficult place now, but there's still a future for us. We will be liberated one day from this. Miriam provided people, she gave them hope for the future. We're living in a difficult time now in the world with this pandemic, but I think Miriam also reminds us that you'll get through it. We will come through it. Miriam provided that sweetness. And so what I want to say to you is that Miriam, her name, she reminds us that life can be bitter, but you can make it sweet. That you can transform obstacles into opportunity, and you can always transform crisis into continuity as well. Girls, I know that you're going to do it. You're going to take the examples of our three great leaders and add life and love and learning into the world. Mazel tov to you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is David Mon. I'm president of the Caulfield Hebrew congregation, and it's my privilege on behalf of the Board of Management and all of our members to welcome each and every one of you, many of you are members, to this very important auspicious occasion, the celebration of the Batmitzvah of these 6 fine young ladies. Perhaps a message I can share with you. This week we are reading the story of Balak, who was the king of the Moabites, and he employed, some would say a sorcerer rather than a prophet, Bilam, to go out and to do his worst against Israel, because he thought the nation of Israel was a threat to his kingdom. And on the way, we read this remarkable story about him travelling on his donkey, a faithful donkey, to get to where he needed to go. But the donkey stops and refuses to go. And despite Bilam smiting the donkey won't move. And Bilam's very upset. And all of a sudden, God opens the mouth of the donkey and he speaks to Bilam and he says, "Why are you smiting me? I can't go any further." And all of a sudden, amazingly, Bilam's eyes are also opened to the fact that there's an angel standing in front of them with a sword. And he can't pass, the donkey can't move, and Bilam understands that. And I'm thinking, what can we learn, perhaps what can we share with these lovely young ladies, what can we learn from it? And I think the most important, interesting lesson is that despite the fact that we can't see God or the angels, it doesn't mean they're not there. They are there. They are there every step of the way in our lives. And from that perspective, what is the way in which you 6 girls can actually make that happen, get in a closer connection with God? And that is through the mitzvot that you will perform, hopefully, from here on. You now have been charged with responsibility of carrying out the mitzvot, whether it be lighting candles or others, and what you've learned over the last 4 months with Naya. Clearly, there are many commandments, many mitzvot that you can do. And if you perform those mitzvot, I can assure you that your life will be blessed. You will bless the lives of your parents and your grandparents, your friends and the community at large, and we'll get a lot of nakas out of you. So I quote, of course, in the end, the story is that Bilam, instead of cursing Israel, blesses Israel and says, "How goodly are your tents, O Jacob, your dwelling places, O Israel." And we hope that you will be representative of the wonderful tents that make up the tapestry that is Israel. And now we're going to present some certificates. Thank you.
So I'm going to read out your names, girls, and as I read it out, you'll come up and get the certificate and a little gift from us. So Zoe, you are first. Mazel tov, present to Zoe. Next is Zahara Shah. And Noah Hammersfeld. Millie Rubenfeld. Lucia Broadstein. And lucky last, Amy Feldman.
Lipshut, and I'm going to be speaking about my grandmother, my Jaji, and about our visit to Emmy Monash on Shavuot. My grandmother. Whenever you're around her, you get flooded with happy emotions. When you're in a room with Regina Lipshut, you get a boost of serotonin. She always welcomes everyone with a big smile and a warm hug, something that I too would like to give to people one day. You'd never expect someone who was so generous and happy to have been through the things that she has been through. The first couple of years of her life weren't happy ones. At 3 months old, her parents were taken away from her, and at 7 1/2, she was put on a boat with her brother and sister and came to Australia. France to Australia. That would have taken quite a while. In Australia, they were sent to an orphanage, and her and her siblings were all adopted together when she was 9 1/2. In that time, she learned English and lost most of her French. She used to get so little, but now she gives so much, and you just can't help but love her. She's always happy and bubbly, and she never fails to make me laugh. She inspires me every day to be kind and selfless, as well as brave and strong. And what do you know? A couple of months ago, she celebrated her 25th birthday. Emmy Monash. A few weeks ago, we visited Emmy Monash and baked cheese splinters with the residents for Shavuot. We explored the story of Naomi and Ruth, which is learned on Shavuot. In light of how kind Ruth was to her mother-in-law, we talked about kindness and strength, much like my grandmother's qualities, and where you can find them within the Torah. Another kind and strong woman in the Torah was Miriam. Miriam was instrumental in leading to Moshe's birth, advising her parents to continue having children subsequently. Moshe was born. Miriam, as the prophetess, led the women in song and praising God upon being saved following the splitting of the Red Sea. This is what the song we sang is all about. Maureen Schulsinger from Emmy Monash told us that you can only be a resident there if you are Jewish. She told us that some of them say that they're Jewish, but they don't exactly follow their religion that much because of what they've been through, for example, the Holocaust. I enjoyed going there, walking past the rooms and seeing pictures on their walls that told their life story. There was a woman baking blinters with us who was 97 years old, and her blinters looked the best out of all of us. Well, she has had a lot of practice. It's amazing to think that this tradition has been going on for so long. Another woman there made blinters whilst only being able to use one hand. Some of them couldn't walk or talk, but we all had things in common. We were all Jewish and we were all having fun. I will be lighting 2 candles today, one to honour the strong women of the Torah who lived through difficult circumstances but were still so kind and brave. And the other is to honour my beautiful grandmother Regina Lipshut to represent her fiery personality, a truly amazing person.
Today I'm going to be speaking about the mikvah and inner beauty. As one of our Batmitzvah classes, we went on a trip to the mikvah. We learned more about Judaism and we got a deeper understanding of the spiritual importance of the mikvah. The mikvah taught us to take time out and learn about ourselves. Knowing who we are offers us safety and security. True beauty is knowing who we are. We also learned about inner beauty and how we're all beautiful on the inside. The common definition of being physically beautiful is looking like the models in the media or just being pretty or perfect. Having inner beauty means that you're self-aware. You know that you're beautiful no matter what the standards are. And even if you want to be physically pretty, you just need to let your inner beauty shine through. There are 2 very important and inspiring women in my life. They both happen to be my beautiful grandmothers, my Nana Roz and my Baba Eva. Nana, you have always been one to care for others, for your family as well as others. When I was little, you would always let me choose your earrings for you. I still remember that and I always will. You put so much love in your cooking and it just tastes amazing. I admire your kindness as well as your determination and willingness to care for others. You even use your passion to help others. For those who don't know, in 2003, my amazing Nana started Kobo, an incredible charity that distributes knitted goods to those in need. Every day you inspire me, and I hope to take after you in the future. To my amazing Bula, I cherish all the moments we spend together, the chat at your kitchen table and the car rides on our way back from school. Thursdays are always really special to me because ever since I was really little, I would always come to your house. You have always been there for me and always make the funniest jokes. Shabbat at your house is always so chaotic. It's crazy and so loud, but so much fun. I can't believe that you could actually put up with 4 crazy kids, 3 of which were boys. I honestly don't know how you did it. I especially love your endless supply of chicken soup. I hope that when I'm older, I'll be like you and make incredible chicken soup. You are both living examples of a woman whose inner beauty always shines through. I love you both so much and look forward to making many more memories with you in the future. I will now light a candle in honor of my Nana Raleigh and my Bubba Eve.
Parents, grandparents, siblings, friends who are here and those who are watching, and most of all, my 6 gorgeous Batmitzvah girls, Amy, Lulu, Millie, Noah, Zahara, and Zoe. Mazel tov to all of you on the Batmitzvah of these special young women. Here we are, a week after lockdown, and despite the uncertainty and a limited face-to-face time to prepare this magnificent ceremony, we have done it. This is such an amazing lesson, which was reiterated in the song the girls sang. Look what you can achieve when you believe. Friends and family, it wasn't easy to pull this off under the circumstances. It is truly a testament to the girls and the parents' commitment and cooperation, and maybe a bit of hacking on my part, that has resulted in this most memorable and impressive outcome. Thank you all. As you all witnessed here this morning, the girls have bestowed 12 honorees. Well, 11 so far. I secretly have kept one last honoree for me to bestow upon you, the Batmitzvah girls. I made, or my daughter did, a candle with 6 wicks, and I have asked Rabbi Ralph to light each wick as I honour each girl. Noah Hammersfeld. Noah, you're a wise and generous soul. I'll never forget how early on in the program, where we collaborated with Stand Up, you were all playing a game and you turned around to me and said, you should play. I am 54 years old, and yet still those 3 simple words were so meaningful to me and so powerful. I see you, Noah, as kind, inclusive, centered, and very humble. Zoe Lipshat. Zoe, you are like a modern-day Shirley Temple, just with straight hair. You are magnetic with your animated tone, your body language, and in your facial expressions. Your voice is like the kind of bird you'd wish was whistling beautiful tunes outside your window. Zoe, I see you as fun, creative, witty, and extremely articulate. Millie Rubenfeld. Speaking of articulate, I was so impressed and proud at Emi Monash when I asked if anyone wanted to say some parting words. You volunteered without hesitation. You were so authentic and comfortable. It was obvious to me that to give of yourself comes very naturally to you. I felt like a proud grandmother. And it occurred to me while I was writing this that I actually could be your grandmother. if I had your mums or dads when I was 21 and they had you when they were 21. That was a revelation I'm not sure I'm ready for. Millie, I see you as a true individual, smart, funny, and very unassuming. Zahara Shah. Zahara, you were like my little manager. On Zoom, you were always willing to instruct me on how to navigate certain manoeuvres, and it amazed me how thoughtful and on the ball you are. Making sure I didn't forget anything or skip anything. You're also a little balabusta. You had challah making totally under control. You offered great ideas throughout, and you took initiative to help back up. Zahara, I see you as enthusiastic, caring, forward-thinking, and very, very sharp. Amy Feldman. Amy, you are the epitome of kindness, and your smile is contagious. Amy, I know you don't love singing, and I want you to know how much I admired your cooperation with the song for today. I deeply respect your attitude of doing it for the general cause. You are a beautiful team player and an absolute pleasure to have around. I see you for your kindness, warmth, commitment, and beautiful nature. Lucienne Bronstein, Lulu. I loved how you'd be plutzing to express your enthusiasm in weird and wonderful ways. And instead of just doing it, you'd ask me if you could, and I never said you couldn't. I'd say, of course you can do that after the session or at home as much as you like. Due to your sense of fairness and your sense of humour, you'd get it and accept my answer. Lulu, I see you and appreciate your excitement, your sense of fun, your enthusiasm, and your healthy self-confidence. Every year I look for inspiration for my speech. This year I derived it from Rabbi Tzvi Seidner. Today we lit 12 candles. A unique quality of a candle is that it can be used to light many more candles without losing light of its own. When we share our inspiration, when we give of ourselves, our knowledge or time, when we inspire others, it doesn't take away from us. Your light doesn't dim when you light someone else's flame. In fact, the opposite. Not only does it feel great, it makes the world shine brighter and collectively even more so. An example of where I feel this in my life is when I light Shabbat candles. Once I bring the light into myself with the hand actions and I close my eyes, I see so many more flames than the candles that have been lit. It always makes me feel the power of Shabbat candles and how by fulfilling this mitzvah, I know the light that I brought in, that fills me, is permeating out onto all those around me and even to those in my thoughts who may need it. I know you all. I know how much you have to give. So my wish for you is that you continue to spread the light. Be the best you that you can be. Take care of yourselves and always, both physically and emotionally, embrace your beautiful families and friends around you. Finally, I would like to thank everyone involved, from behind the scenes, Rachel, Gail and Diana, to David Mond, and especially Rabbi Ralph for all of your guidance and input. Thank you, Tima, for your initiative you took in doing the slideshow and adding great ideas to enhance the success of today. Thank you, my ever so talented sister-in-law, Hubby, for coming and playing the song for us and with us. A big thank you to Andrew Rubenfeld for making the stunning video. It is so appreciated, and thank you parents for trusting me with your precious daughters and for your involvement in our program. Mazel tov.
I'd like to invite Dad to come over. Got a clinic here, Dad? Yeah? If not, we've got one for you. Just to come up here and give the bracha to your you need it. Anything of the other problems? Have you got? No? You know the words, but I'll just give it to you anyway, so that you may bless your daughters with these words. We bless them with the words that we say that may you be blessed like the great mothers of the Jewish people, carrying their spirit and their love and inspiration into the world with you. And so, parents, please say after me, Yisimech, Elohim, Kesara, Rivka, Rachel, Leah. And then the bracha of what's called Birkat Kohanim, the blessing which the Kohanim, priests, always bless the Jewish people with a beautiful blessing. And it's Yevarechecha, Adonai, Yishmerecha, Ya'er, Adonai, Panav, Elecha, V'ychuneka, Yisa, Adonai, Panav, Elecha, V'yasem, Shalom. And of course, those who have been, may Hashem always bless you, look after you, protect you. May His light, His warmth, and His Torah always illuminate your lives. May you always draw the love from these people who are in a circle around you and from all these people that are in the shul who are so important in your lives. Mazel tov. So we have the parents, we have a presentation. So parents who want to stay here, because the girls are going to make a presentation today. And I'm going to give a final bracha after that.
Amazing things. We would just like to say thank you so much for teaching us about all of these amazing things. We wouldn't be here today without you. We're so grateful to have you here.
Presentation. On behalf of the board and all of our staff and all of our members and volunteers, we really appreciate the enormous amount of time and energy and work. It's a lovely presentation today. So Mazel, thank you very much and just appreciate it.
There's going to be I'm going to give a bracha, and then we're going to conclude the ceremonies shortly after that. So I'm going to ask, for this bracha, can I ask everyone to please stand and face towards the girls? Say, we've already said the Yevarechecha, the traditional prayer from Friday night, and this is a more contemporary one written by women some years ago. This is what I wish for my daughter. I wish for you all. I wish for you to be people of character, strong but not too tough, gentle but not weak. I wish for you to be righteous but not self-righteous, honest but not unforgiving. Wherever you journey, may your steps be firm, may you walk in just paths and not be afraid. Whenever you speak, may your words be words of wisdom and of friendship. May your hands build and your hearts preserve what is good and what's beautiful in our world. May the voices of the generations of our people move through you, and may the God of our mothers and fathers be your God as well. May you know that there's a people, a rich heritage to which you belong, and from that sacred place you're connected to everybody who lives on this earth. May the stories of our people be upon your heart, and the grace of the Torah rhythms always dance your soul. So we ask everyone else to please go back to their seats now.
We've got one more thing.
when you're on your way out, don't forget to collect. There are refreshment packages for everybody in the hall, where there is collected as you on your way out.
Great job.